Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a round I got probably about this time last month in the XS Gundam. I got a lot of good rounds with the buffed suits, and people were nice enough as to give me a bunch of rounds with them, so luckily I have not worked all the way through my backlog yet, which, hopefully I've got some more time on that as I kind of just am adjusting my sleep schedule. Because, yeah, I've been a night owl for a good long while, and I just, I want to be around in the day in case I can do anything for my dad. So, you know, I'm trying to get back on a daytime schedule so I can get stuff done. But XS is actually really quite good now. They gave it, for one thing, its head incom can now be used while boosting. The reflector gun got more power. It's gotten more melee defense, which was always kind of its Achilles heel. They upped its Alice skill to level 2. I'm not sure what the specifics are of that, but I'm assuming that it puts it a step above the Superior Gundams, unless Superior Gundam already had Alice level 2, and now nothing has Alice level 1. I am unsure. But yeah, it does a lot of damage. It can hold its own relatively well. And yeah, it of course can have some decent long-range weapons and lock-on weapons. So it's got some good stuff going for it. Let's see, that is a mass production Qubelay because it is a I have type disadvantage, so, and XS is a general. But yeah, I'm happy that this is finally more formidable. It was always kind of hard to use. Like, as I recall, it was another one of those that, like, for the first week before everybody knew what it was about, you could do some really good numbers with it. And I accidentally poked the right stick there and zoomed in. But, and then after that, people figured out it was, like, painfully vulnerable to melee. And that was my downswing under Grimoire. And after that, it got buffed a couple of times, but was never quite up to snuff. And now, yeah, it has reached the snuff. So, which is, terrible habit. You should not do that. But let's see, 5 minutes and 30 to go. We're down about, I think, 1,500 points. But yeah, it is doing pretty well. There are just certain attacks that are so funny when you're under Grimoire, and that ridiculous speed drop hits you. Just doing some of the, like, dashing downswings and heavy attacks while you're affected by Grimoire is just funny. But yeah, it is. The Beam Smart Gun is got its damage increased. It, of course, being a Beam Smart Gun, has really good range. It does need ASL, in my opinion. Like, we'll get to that a little bit more on Sunday. Not about the XS, but about another Beam Smart Gun user. But yeah, it's gotten a lot better. And just, this is another one that I never really liked the design when I was younger, just because it was so weirdly bulky. But just something about this game really has always helped sell me on mobile suit designs. Just anytime you can see these things in motion, it helps so much. And that was my experience here. I would kind of like to get a model kit of it, but there's just the ones that exist, the either they don't transform or they're expensive, or both. So yeah, that is just, well, managed to get back out of that Demeter's downswing, which is good because, well, the first time anyway. Because, yeah, they did give it another 5 points of melee defense, but that's another 5%. So it's not the world, but it definitely helps. But, yeah, everything is shooting at me, and I'm not going to live through that. We managed to even it up, which is not bad, given that they had to bomb our base to get ahead of us. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that so far. But yeah, got a really nice birthday gift today. My one friend from the podcast, Diecast, accidentally ordered a Blockies Action Edition Evangelion Unit 02 and sent me that. Looks like a really nice kit, honestly. But I haven't done any of the really large blockies kits, the action edition things, which are probably around the equivalent of a master grade in size. But yeah, I I haven't gotten a new Evangelion kit in a figure in a very long time, so this will be nice to put together. I do want to get their Tarn of the Decepticon Justice Division sometime, because for one thing, it also comes with Nickel, the DJD's medic, but just it's a nice looking figure. So eventually, but the action editions are also more or less master grade equivalents in price as well. So they've been kind of on the back burner because I'm the kind of person who sometimes, matter of fact, many times foolishly, would rather spend like minor amounts of money on multiple things I like a little bit instead of more money on one thing I'd like a lot. I don't know why I'm like that. I just always have been. But that's just kind of how the brain does. Yeah, we've managed to overtake them pretty hard here. We're a really solid chunk of points ahead, and again, this might be a little bit more one-sided than I remembered, since they did have to base bomb to get ahead of us for that early part of the round. But as you can see, just the weapons are all good enough and fast enough generally that XS can keep pressure on things now. That Fafnir is a problem though. I need to run that again. I do like it. Managed to bait a melee attack I could tackle, but yeah, the fact that it has backup and I don't at the moment is going to shorten my life expectancy very much. We did destroy the enemy base. We did it, the old-fashioned way, brutally, with the man. I am just in a Transformers mindset tonight, and I couldn't tell you why. But yeah. Yeah, we did it just through sheer firepower as opposed to bombing, so, which is a way you can do it, especially at high costs. GPO2 MLRS can absolutely just wreck a base, and other things with large missiles and the like can do so as well. So, yeah, managed to win the encounter with win the game of chicken basically with Fafnir. But and somebody else got the last couple shots in on it for me, which is fine by me. But yeah, like I said, all of its weapons just feel better now. They do better damage. They respond very well. It feels so much better. Because this is one that, like I said, for a long time gave me a hard time in its use, but just I like it now. It feels good. It was a fun round. I will probably run it again sometime. Yeah, it's just it is a good overhaul, and it does still look kind of silly. Just it is so chunky. But yeah, I swept the board on this 5595, 164,000 damage, top assist and top diversion. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. And 5 and 3, that works. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Okay, so XS got another 1,500 hit points at level 1. Went from 21,500 to 23. Like I said, 5 points of melee resistance, which took it from 10 to 15. So yeah. Also, and yeah, a lot of the melee parts do use up close range slots, so that did limit your ability to to add melee defense for a long time. It went from 5 upper slots to 10, so that is going to definitely increase the variety of builds you can get on the thing. On top of that, it got another medium slot, went from 22 to 23. Went long range, got 2, went from 21 to 23. Got immobile fire system level 2, which gives it It makes it harder to stun out of any weapon that requires it to be stationary. That includes the reflector bit or the reflector incom weapon, and also the hip guns should both fall under that. Emergency evasion system went from level 1 to level 2. It now has double dodge roll. It had got another level of special back add-on buffer, so if you hit its giant backpack, it takes less damage. And yeah, the Alice ability boost went to level 2, even though I don't quite really know exactly what that entails. The beam smart gun takes less heat per shot uncharged. Went from 20% to 18% per shot, so you can get a couple burst fire rounds off without more, hopefully without overheating it. Swap time to the beam saber was shortened. The Vulcans got another 50 damage per round and another 50 meters of range. They also fire faster and do more build stun. So yeah, huge increase there. The backpack beam cannons got more build stun, so easier to stagger the opponent. The hip beam cannons, they got another 50 damage per shot. They take less heat. They went from 50% to 33, so you can fire more shots in a row. You're stuck in place left for a shorter time after firing them, and the swap time was shortened, so it's easier to get them going. The head incom also got more build stun, and yes, you can use it while boosting, which any weapon you can use while boosting is incredibly valuable because you can be dodging while attacking. The reflector incom weapon, that is the shot with the smart gun that can, get around things ideally. That got more build stun and got a major damage increase from 2,000 per shot to 3,000. The chest to eye field skill got a larger effective range, so you should take less damage from beam weapons that hit the chest from from a wider area and more angles. And let's see, yeah, no, the same boosts are listed for transformed. They are the you know everything that applies that would apply to the G Fortress mode, I think it is, still applies. That was in mobile suit mode still works. The transformed version of the beam smart gun got a third of a second shaved off of its cooldown time between shots. It can now fire once a second instead of once every 1 1/3 seconds. It's quicker to swap to. Its damage went up to 500 per shot from 450 at level 1, and heat rate consumption went down from 15% to 10. And it's quicker to swap to the other beam weapons too. So this is the first thing I have run since the new month's updates, which means that we can actually see the results of these buffs from last month. So the average win rate for 650 generals is 49.9%. Before buffs, excess was at 42.4%. It is now at 50.8%. So that's pretty good. Rival win rate is on average for generals 50.3. It was at 39.1, now at 50.5. So yeah, right on the money. Damage dealt, 650 generals average 95,000. It was at 84. Now it's at 101. So that is much closer. MS losses on average for generals 3.3. It was at 3.7, and now it's at 3.3. So spot on. So yeah, as they say, it's within expectations. At level 2, generals average 49.5% win rate. Excess was at 40 at level 2. It is now at 50.5. So yeah, a good increase there. The rival win rate is majorly improved. The average for generals is 49.1. It was at 37. Now it's at 52. So very nice. It actually and it actually has more or less exceeded the average in all categories at level 2. Average damage for generals, 144K. It was doing 92K, which is not terrible, but could be better. And now it's at 115, so it's basically as far above now as it was below before. So nice. And it's actually below the average now on amount of MS lost at 3.2. The average is 3.3. It was at 3.6. So yeah, just this and 750, the level 3 average for generals 50.3. It was at 39. It's at 50.5. So really close to perfect. Rival wins actually again above the average, 49.4 being the average. It was at 32.3. Now it's at 52.8. Damage, 98,000 is the average for generals. It's at 79, which is kind of miserable. And it is now at 115,000. So, yeah, that is really good. And it's gone from being well above the average of 3.3 MS lost at 3.8 down to 3.1. So, yeah, really good, solid set of buffs for the XS. If you haven't taken it out in a while, it is worth a try.